What's going on, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Give me 1 second. Camera wasn't supposed to start so fast, so hang tight. Give me about 15 more seconds. So I got one more setting to adjust. So give me about, 15 more seconds. Be right back with you.
Money in the pocket, shine from my shoes. Flying in the front seat, brother, ain't you heard the news? I got money in the pocket.
Alrighty, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. Hopefully we got audio still. There we go. What is going on, everybody? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Another Saturday is here, which means a lot more money to be made. Soccer went 2-1 yesterday. Personal plays went 2-1 yesterday. Squeaked out another winning day. Premium plays fell a little flat on 1 and 2 day, but it's going to happen. I think that's like maybe 1 or 2 losing days in the last over a week. So, if that's going to be a bad day, I'll take it. I'll take it. If that's my bad day, I'll take it. Still put some money in my pocket yesterday. And it's going to be a big one today. Guaranteed Saturday, the UFC. Oh, my lordy, the UFC. Ooh. The 3x3 is back. There's going to be a members only live show at 2:30 Eastern time. (2:30 Eastern time) will be the members only live show. So if you're not a YouTube exclusive member, now is the time to hit that join button. That way you do not miss the members only live show today. Should be a good one. Should be a good one. This is for the Cap Nation family members. Just putting that out there. This is for the $14.99 one. The benefits to having the family membership is the extra members only live shows. Jesus says FC with the heat. Absolutely. He has been bringing the heat with the UFC. And it's going to be good. Thomas has today's soccer already started. I believe one has. It was super early. But there's more. And I believe when I talked to them a little bit ago, or literally like 20 minutes before we went live, they're supposed to be adding an additional one, or possibly two. So that's a good thing. So speaking of soccer, if you do have the soccer package, you'll want to log back in a couple of hours. You want to just double check just to make sure that they don't add an additional one, because they're supposed to. Michelle, welcome. Welcome. I see you just upgrading to the Cap Nation side. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Glad to have you on the family side. It's going to be a good one. One second, folks. Just taking care of an account here. Alrighty. Very nice, Nathan. Everybody give Michelle a warm welcome to the upgrading to the family side. The water is warm, everybody. Come join the YouTube exclusive side. It will be good, that is for sure. That is for sure. One more second here, and I will be ready to rock and roll. This is the money show. Absolutely. Absolutely it is. It's definitely the money show, and we're going to keep delivering. Yesterday's free plays could have been a little bit better. That, I do agree. But hey, you're not going to have 3-0 free play days, 2-1 free play days, 2-0 free play days every single day of the week. You got to take the bad with the good. You got to take the off with the on. And that's called sports betting. Don't everybody be like McGill, wherever McGill is. JR, welcome to the family. Welcome, everybody. Everybody welcome JR to the Cap Nation family. Welcome to the green side. Welcome to the green side. You, sir, will have access to all of our exclusive content as well as all our members-only live shows. And that live show, 2:30 Eastern Time. Later on today. Alrighty. Quick little recap of what we had yesterday. We'll start out, obviously, daily free play video. Phoenix Suns on the money line, getting the job done against the Pelicans. Blowing them out late. Soccer had a 2-1 winning day yesterday. Premium plays ended up having a little lackluster of a day, going 1-2. Lost on the Jazz. That streak finally ended. Wright State, Northern Kentucky went over the total with ease. Unfortunately, we had the under 145. And then we hit the Toronto Raptors on the money line. Didn't matter if you took the spread or the money line. Renault, good morning. So 1-2 day there. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Personal plays, I started out, I lost my very first one, and which I ended up giving you guys for free. So I had 3 personal plays yesterday. I gave you guys one of them, and unfortunately, I lost the only one that I gave you guys. The only one of my personal plays that I lost just so happened to be the one that I gave you guys for free. So that part sucked. Maryland and Vermont over 136. Unfortunately, that one didn't pan out. Akron laying 4.5, nice winner there. UC Irvine laying 9, nice winner there. So 2-1 day, we will take it. Another winning day on my personal plays. It's just what they do. It just seems over and over and over. We just keep having winning days somewhere along the line. So we're not perfect, not 100%, but we sure damn try to. And we do our best to make sure that we're putting that winning information in your lap, and all you have to do is execute and use it. Loyalty, I see that they just processed your Cash App order, so you're good to go, brother. You're good to go for Guaranteed Saturday. North Ender, you said you jumped on the Raps plus 350 when they were down. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice catch right there. That was a nice hit. Anytime you're hitting plus 350 is a nice one. Thomas, right? He's a vulgar one, let me tell you. He's definitely a vulgar one. But hey, McGill, if you're watching, sorry, buddy. You know, I will not suck your you know what. I don't swing that way. No offense. But if you do, I won't judge. If it's a secret, I won't tell. Okay, I won't tell your mama. But I am married happily, very happily. So again, and even if I wasn't married, which I am, I don't swing your way there, sir. And again, no judging here. No judging here. All right? But again, McGill, you can fuck the fuck off. I say that with a smile and pleasure on my face. Chicken Sauce says 4-1 since I've been back, and Hawaii was the one who effed me. It was close. Hawaii definitely was. Hawaii off the island can be a tough one. Hawaii, when they're off the island, can be a tough one. I bet with the GOAT. I agree with you. I agree with you. Nate, what did you miss? You got to go look at my Twitter. You got to go look at my Twitter. The funny thing is he's not even blocked. Oh, Miguel. Oh, Miguel. Feel bad for that kid's parents. TD, Ty says he had to learn this himself, right? It's true. It's true. You know, a lot of people do. Thank you, Ethan. I appreciate that. Definitely appreciate that. Alrighty. Alrighty. So, what do we have on the agenda for today? Well, we got quite a bit, actually. It's going to be a very busy day. We've got Guaranteed Saturday, which, nice that it's actually later in the evening. Although sometimes it's nice to get that monster win out of the way early. But it just so happens it's in the... Just so happens it's in the evening time. And the good thing about that is we got a lot of money to make before. So that way you can put even more money on Guaranteed Saturday tonight. That's a good thing. No, Mike, he has not. Apparently. Apparently. But yeah, UFC later on today, premium plays. First premium play is at 1 p.m. Eastern time. My first personal play is not until after 3 p.m. Eastern time. So plenty of time to get on board everything. That UFC 3x3 is back. I know a lot of you guys asked for it, and I know a lot of you guys took advantage of it, but just letting you guys know that 3x3 is back. We'll talk about the UFC a little bit later today. Justin, thanks for jumping on board the Guaranteed Saturday play. I bet with the GOAT, will I be breaking down the Navy game? I hadn't planned to, but I can. Loyalty Booker says, appreciate it. Let's get this money. Guaranteed Saturday, 50% off. Grab the deal. Everybody, it's only $75. Add your bankroll. That it is. That it is. You know, I told you guys this a couple weeks ago that if you guys kept supporting it, like you guys have been, I would make sure that they keep doing it. Trust me, the owners are some greedy people. I mean, they're good people. They really are. But, you know, they're not on the actual handicapping side, so they're in it, for us to be able to sell and make money and all of that. And sometimes they don't understand why we want to do things that we do, like put it on sale continuously for you guys, help you guys out to be able to get on one of our bigger plays for a cheaper price. So as long as you guys keep supporting it, myself, Jay, and we'll all keep pushing and make sure that they keep everything realistically. How does the UFC get sent out? UFC is on the website. UFC is on the website. Remember, if you have the combo package and you're using a cell phone, make sure you turn your phone sideways. Turn your phone sideways, scroll down, look for that small little box that has 4 windows in it, located inside, or right next to your username, and then you'll have access to it. No, we don't text out the UFC. UFC is right on the website. Every write-up, all of that stuff. You see how many words. It's a huge Word document that he turns in. Massive write-ups. Thomas, I believe it's there's either 2 or 3 left. I can't remember. But you still have, it's still, once they add the other one, it's still worth it. Anytime you're winning or winning one game, it's always worth it. Chicken sauce, anyone checked on Texas, right? Hello, Texas. Shipmate. Where are you, Nathan? Where are you, brother? Do you have power? Were you able to charge your computer? Charge your cell phone? Where's our fellow Texans? That's what I want to know. Where are our fellow Texans, and are you surviving? I can't believe how many of them are out of power still or don't have running water. It absolutely amazes me. Randy, yeah, I've got that one on the radar already. But yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. One second here, folks. Alrighty. Bradley, you finally got power, no water. That's insane. Yeah, Cody, we're going to do the Minnesota and Illinois game today. That we will do. That we will do. Nathan Carter, where are you? Do you have power? That's what we want to know. Darren, thanks for jumping on board. I see you jumped on board the combo package. I'll be sending you my personal plays, sir. Steven Sanchez, what's going on, my brother? How are you? Guys, give me 1 second. All right. Darren, sir, if you're watching, I just texted you my personal plays, premiums, and everything else you get on the website. Yeah, Daryl Brooks, we lost a couple plays yesterday. Can't win them all. Can't win them all. Nathan, you like the Trojans today? They look good today. You look good today. Michael, what's going on, brother? Alrighty, so going to jump into some of these games for everybody and see what kind of damage that we can do. I know some of you guys asked for that Navy and American U game. Renault, thanks for jumping on board the Guaranteed Saturday. Everybody that has already jumped on board the plays today, welcome on board, and thank you. Tie with the just random thought, has Chris Paul been playing unreal or what? He's amazing. He definitely is. Definitely, Chris Paul's a good player. Very nice, Michael. Renault, I'm right there with you, man. I think we're going to. I definitely think we're going to. I got a good feeling about today. Definitely got a good feeling about today. Give me 1 second, folks. One quick second. Alrighty. How many games on today? A lot. A lot of games on today. So we'll take a look at that Navy game. We'll take a little quick stab at that one. Then we'll move on. We're going to take a look at the Michigan State-Indiana game. We'll take a look at that Minnesota game for you guys. Maybe we'll take a look at Kentucky and Tennessee. Michael, you're killing me, man. You're killing me. I agree, Thomas. They're definitely good deals. Appreciate all the love and support as well. And thank you for jumping on board the combo package. Getting back on board as well. All righty. So, I probably have to scroll down to the bottom to find the Navy game. Pretty damn close to it. That good old excitement level's just not there, as you can tell. All right, popping up the odds for this one as well. That won't be on the bottom because it's one of the early ones. Real Champ, what's going on? Bookies going down today? Yes, sir, they are. Yes, sir, they are. Navy and American, a 6-digit game, 307001, 307002. At BetOnline, where we get our odds from, Navy laying 2.5 is minus $1.30, so that's taxing you a little bit of juice. You can get plus 2.5 minus $1.10 with a total over and under 135 points. Joshua, I parlayed the Celtics with the Suns pick yesterday. Much appreciated. A swing of momentum. There he is. Congrats, Joshua. There's my brother, Nathan. Cooking breakfast. No, talking about breakfast. I'm starving. Fat man's got to eat. Other than that, you're good. You guys got power and water, it sounds like. That's good. That is definitely good. Good to hear, brother. I was about ready to send you a text message. Navy, guys, 11-2 on the year. Their only losses are to Army, sadly, losing the back end of a back-to-back against Army last, actually a couple Saturdays ago, in overtime 87-78 after they beat them by 7 in the first meeting. And they lost to Maryland, second game of the season. Michael, I agree. McGill's just a straight-up loser. Take a look at American. They've played 4 games, 2-2 on the year. Lost to Navy twice already, 87-86 in OT and 71-59 on the road. Here, American gets them at home. Out of their 9-game schedule this year, they're going to play Navy 4 of them. All right, they just beat Loyola Maryland twice, 71-70. And on the back-to-back, which happened to be, like a month apart, they beat them in triple overtime, 81-79. They haven't played in nearly a month, but it's been a full 21 days since Navy's played as well. Can we say rusty? Now, when you start taking a look at both opponents, first of all, American has been dropping threes left and right. I mean, they've only played 4 games, so you can't really take their numbers really seriously. We like to get 7, 8, 9 games out of a team before we can really take their numbers seriously. But in their 4 games that they've played, they're hitting 39.6% from three-point range, which actually makes them the 11th best three-point shooting team in the entire country. They're hitting 54.4% from the field, 51% conversion of all their 2-point plays. Just remember, those numbers are only 4 games worth of numbers. All right, 68.4% from the charity stripe. And then you've got Navy. Navy, who has a quality amount of games under them. They've played 13 games. They're 8-1 there in their conference. They're in the Patriot League. Only lost, sadly, to Army. Hitting 49.7% from the field. 33.3% conversion from three-point range. 49.5% conversion of all their 2-point plays. And a 73.4% free throw shooting team. 2 foul participation. American will participate so far through 4 games. They're averaging 30% or 31.5% exactly. Not much for Navy at all, 3%. No difference there. Advantage Navy in the first half with that 2 foul participation from American. Height advantage. American is definitely the taller kids, well over the our fellow shipmates, the midshipmen, by nearly 2 inches. Should be a nearly 2-inch height advantage for American, and you have to take a look at the defense. The defense on paper doesn't do American justice. I think American's better on defense than their numbers actually show and support. They're holding teams at 29% to three-point range, 50% conversion of 2-point plays is what they give up. They create turnovers through 4 games at a clip of 20%. But what they give up is offensive rebounds, and that's what's holding them back. They give up a lot of offensive rebounds, and through 4 games, that's been their issue. But keep in mind, it's only 4 games that they've played. So you really don't know what you're going to get out of American. As far as this game goes, if you made me pick, I'd probably side with Navy just because I'm a lot biased. I'm definitely a lot biased when it comes to Navy, obviously. Navy, me being a former United States Navy sailor and all of that. So I'm going to just give you guys the bias lean here and say Navy laying the 2.5 minus $1.30 at Bet Online. However, the smart money to me would say find another game. The smart money to me would say find another game. Americans played 4 games. Their numbers on paper actually look pretty damn attractive. They've already played Navy twice. One was a 1-point loss. The other was a 12-point loss. So, myself personally, I'd find another avenue. As far as the total goes, I think the total's priced right. I think the total at 135 is right, right where it should be. It probably lands right on it or a point or two in either direction of it. Not enough for me to want to touch it. But again, I think there's better options out there. That's just my opinion. Maybe you guys are in love with Navy and maybe you guys are in love with American and that's what you want to roll with. And by all means, don't let my opinion steer you clear. Okay? Stacy, thank you for jumping on board. Guaranteed Saturday. Reginald, thanks for jumping on board. Guaranteed Saturday. Renault as well. Nathan says better spots. That I agree. Shane, do I like USC? USC scares me today. I'm not lying. USC scares me today. I like them to cover every day, not just because I'm a huge Trojan fan. I do think they're the best basketball team in the Pac-12 this year. I said it last year towards the end of the season, what we saw out of them and what we knew was coming. I think they're the better team in the Pac-12. I think it's between them and UCLA. As far as, the best teams in the Pac-12. But today, anytime you're playing Arizona, anytime you're playing the Wildcats, it's gonna be a battle. I mean, USC got the job done, and they ran away with it by 15 back in the beginning of January, if you guys remember. I think I gave you guys USC in one of the live shows in that game, but in their first meeting. But anytime you're playing the Wildcats, you have to be prepared for a tough game. Matt says USC and Oregon going to be a hell of a game. Well, Oregon traveling on the road. Oregon's not Oregon on the road is suspect at best, in my opinion. Just my opinion. And they play them Monday. Be a good game. USC will be favored in that one by 7. USC will be favored by 6.5 to 7.5 probably. Andre says I see UCLA stumbling and Oregon picking it up. They get healthy at the right time. Oregon does. Oregon's a great tournament team. Oregon is a great tournament team. The fact that they lost to Oregon State and Washington State at home says a lot. Lost to Colorado on the road, but then again, Colorado usually beats everybody on their home court. Jason, the Max Fight pick is already posted. It's been posted since yesterday. All the UFC was posted yesterday evening, early evening. But yeah, I think Oregon will stumble late. They're going to get beat by USC. They'll get beat the next couple days later by Stanford. I think Stanford beats Oregon as well later in the week. And unfortunately for USC, they've got to travel to Colorado next week. That's going to be a tough one right there. That is going to be a tough one. Colorado will definitely have an edge in that one. Ronald says, yeah, you gave us USC plus 3.5 against Arizona, and USC won outright by 14. That's what I thought. You have an excellent memory. Either that or you write them down, one of the two. I have them written down. I have them in notes and on our record sheet, but I'd have to go back and look. You got them pretty good right in front of you. USC's schedule: Arizona, Oregon, Colorado, Utah, and UCLA to end the season. Matt says Oregon's getting healthy getting hot at the right time. Oregon's a great tournament team. I mean, we made a lot of money betting Oregon. And I'm sure they'll be set for a nice run as well. They always do. But yeah, we'll talk more about those games on game day on Tuesday and then on Thursday. I knew you did, Renault. When you can go back and spit it out that fast, I can get it, but I got to go over there. I got to go to my desk and get it. But when you can spit it out that fast, I know. Michael, thanks for jumping on board the combo package. Glad to have you back on board with us, brother. If you are watching, sir, I'll be sending you my personal plays. I know you haven't been on them before. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 second, folks. All right. Matt says, I remember that game because I said F the points. I said, first time Kyle giving out his Trojans, he knows something, and took the money line. You know, I'm very cautious. Major Scale TV, thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We go live 7 days a week, breaking down games, putting money in everybody's pocket. You know, and about the Trojans and me giving them out, a lot of you guys know I'm a huge Trojans fan. And a lot of you guys think I'm an insta-bet when it comes to the Trojans. I don't bet them every game. I don't bet, it doesn't matter if it's college basketball, football. They're not an insta-bet for me. You know, yeah, my love and my blood may run deep with USC. But I'm wise when it comes to betting. You can't just insta-bet your favorite, you know, your favorite team out there. And I'm very cautious when I come. There's a lot of times I want to give them out and I don't to clients for the fact that I don't want people to think that I'm just giving them out because I'm a Trojan fan. You know, that would be the wrong impression. So, a lot of times I hold back from giving them out. I may like them. We'll discuss them in the live chat, and I'll tell everybody I like them. But, like, when I say today I'm, genuinely concerned about them covering the spread, it's, like, legitimate. Anytime you play the Wildcats, I mean, come on, be prepared to lose. So, that's my take on USC and giving them out. Ethan says, I still can't believe you're out here giving out free winners like it's nothing, legit. Like, that's cool as fuck. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. That's something in my eyeball this morning. Needed to see those winners straight. All right, so we're going to get back to the breakdowns. We're going to do another one. We're going to do a couple of these early games for you guys. But, yeah, Wildcats on the road against USC. They're going to come to play. And it'll probably be a good game. And hopefully at the end, USC at least notches a victory. Next up, Michigan State, Indiana. Michigan State and Indiana. Coming up next for everybody. We will do the Illinois-Minnesota game for you guys. I promise you that much. Another 12 p.m. Eastern time game for you guys with Michigan State and Indiana. Game 603, 604 if you're looking for the betting number. That they did, Nathan. That they did. They got beat down by USC already once this year, too. Now, I have to tell you, I've made a shit ton of money this year timing both UCLA and USC right. But the game that I'm looking forward to is last game of the season for both the Bruins and the Trojans when UCLA and USC face off against each other. R40, 47 says sometimes I bet against my own teams. 100%, I have no problem fading my own team. I've bet against USC this year and won. Michael says, my poor Sparties, do we have to? Wow, Bull Russia getting dominated. Just gave up another goal. Crazy. Going to be a little German soccer beatdown. Bayern Munich down 2-0. Wow. I didn't look at that one. They must be sitting players. Chelsea ending up in a 1-1 draw. Crazy. Oh, they took away the goal. 1-1 for Borussia now. That's good. We'll take a look at the Virginia and Duke game. A coach that's actually out there teaching and improving his roster. Not like we see at Duke this year. Fuck him. Excuse my language. Kansas, North Carolina, Kentucky. Some of these teams are pouring it on late. Some of these teams are pouring it on late. Now, I'm not going to say they're national title contenders or anything like that. By no means. But you look at what Kansas has done today, or done so far in the last couple of weeks. My Trojans have been playing great all season. They're a plus 5,000 to win the national title. Oregon plus 6,600. Kansas plus 5,000. Kansas is plus 5,000. Now, Kentucky, yeah, they're starting to win. They're not just there yet. Assuming Kansas, who's ranked 23rd in the country, 16-7 on the year, second in the Big 12, the Jayhawks have a coach, and they also have talent that can get them far into the tournament. That pole is noisy. Now, not saying they're going to go win it. Not going to say they're going to do any of that nature. But I said this earlier in the season, and I stand by it. One of the things that I don't like about Kansas, but it's a quality thing, and you see it when it actually matters. Let's be honest. The beginning of the season, now they're 10-5 in conference play, and they've lost some conference games. But Kansas, for the most part, has been a team that we haven't really been able to bet on because they weren't covering the spread. They have 3 games left. Texas Tech today, Texas on Tuesday, Baylor at the end of the month. Alex, you haven't missed much. Do you really think Bill Self is worried about covering against Oklahoma State or Iowa State, Kansas State, against Creighton, against Kentucky early in the season? No. And the one thing that I don't like about Bill Self when we're betting on Kansas, when we're betting on the Jayhawks, he'll allow his team to go on an 0-for-14 run in the opposite direction, meaning the other team puts up 14 and they put up nothing. Long before he ever gets off his ass, well, he's usually standing pacing, but before he ever even thinks about calling a timeout. Thank you, Alex. I appreciate that. Good old Travis Matthews. He allows his players on the court to figure it out. He's a talking coach. He's coaching the entire game. And now all of a sudden we see it. They struggled in conference play in the middle section of it. They lost to Oklahoma State by 5. They lost to Baylor by 8. Yeah, number 2. Number 2 Baylor, they lost by 8 on the road in Baylor. They lost to Oklahoma by 7 on the road. Those were 3 games on the road. 3 tough conference games. Oklahoma State, Baylor, and Oklahoma. They lost to Tennessee on the road. Okay, Tennessee put the beat down on them. But that's because his coaching style will allow a big run to go in the opposite direction, to allow his players to try and figure it out, to allow his players to make those adjustments. Sometimes I think he calls a timeout too late. But as a coach, Bill Self is always in the game. He is always coaching, always improving his team. Now, here they are. They've won 4 straight. They've won 5 out of their last 6 games. And I'm not even doing a Kansas breakdown. I'm doing a Kansas futures breakdown. They're 10-5 in conference play. They have not lost a conference game at home. Take that back. Texas was at home. As far as this one goes, and as far as Kansas and a future opportunity, I don't think we're going to see Kansas any higher than plus 5,000 from today. Now, if they lose to Texas Tech, it'll probably stay the same, plus 5,000, or maybe it'll go to plus 6,600. But I don't think that's the case. I think this is going to be a very close game. And we'll break down this game. We will break down this game after the Michigan State game. Maybe I should have waited, but I wasn't even going to break down the Kansas game today. Big John, it was posted already. It's posted this morning. But one thing that I am going to bet before the games start today, because once the games start, the futures are locked out. But I am going to put a futures bet on Kansas, just for shits and giggles, at plus 5,000. To win it all. And remember, they only got to make the tournament, win a couple games, and we've got hedging opportunities. Major hedging opportunities to put money in our pocket. Remember, when I bet a futures, if it wins, great. But it gives you hedging opportunities to turn a profit. Then you have an opportunity to make money. And that's all I look for in futures is am I going to have an opportunity to hedge? To at least make sure you break even or turn a profit. And on a big plus 5,000, if you're hedging, you're hedging to turn a profit. So that's my thought on that one. And I think smart individuals. Nathan, my fellow shipmate, I'll be right over. Do I want some eggs, bacon, and pancakes? Yes, please. Absolutely. Yes, please. One second, guys. Turn your phone sideways. Click the small box with 4 boxes inside it. Yeah, we already did the Navy game. But again, I think a smart individual would put a futures bet on Kansas as well. At plus 5,000, I don't see how you could, I think they go deep enough to be able to hedge. The only problem with Kansas is they're going to have to win a big game early in that tournament. That they're going to. They're going to have to win a big one early. R4047 says, watch out for Virginia in the tournament. Hey, I've got 2 futures on them. I already bet them. I've got 2,000 to win 50,000 on Virginia. I got them at plus 2,500. I showed the tickets off last week. Show the tickets off on I bet it on the 15th. 1,000 to win 2,500, or excuse me, 1,000 to win 25,000, and I bet it twice. Actually, $9.99 and 99 cents. Because that's what the max was. J-Ma is guaranteed Saturday, one pick or a parlay. It's one play. It's one play. One big one. One big one. Nathan says, I like Cal Irvine one more time, minus right. Cal Irvine usually plays good the second game. Cal Irvine usually plays good the second game. I do like that. All right, so take a look at Michigan State. And we'll do the Kansas game and Kansas and Texas Tech game as well this morning. But let's take a look at the Michigan State and Indiana game. Michigan State 10-9 on the year, 4-9 in conference play. I'm sorry, Michael. Your old Sparties not doing very well in the Big Ten. You know, after opening up the season 6-0, man, Michigan State was riding high. Eastern Michigan, Notre Dame, they beat Duke, they beat Detroit, they beat Western Michigan, Oakland, and then it was the wheels fell off as soon as they had a meeting with Northwestern, losing to Northwestern, Wisconsin, Minnesota. They came back strong, beat Nebraska, Rutgers, and then the wheels fell off the wagon yet again, losing to Purdue, Rutgers, yeah, I said Rutgers, Ohio State, and Iowa. They beat Nebraska again. They ended up beating Penn State by 2, which shouldn't take much. And they've just lost to Iowa and Purdue as well. Riding a 2-game losing streak. They've won 2 out of their last 8 games. Rocky Rocha, welcome to the Cap Nation family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome. Welcome to the Cap Nation family. You have access to all our exclusive content, including today's Cap Nation Family Members Live show. Remember, the live show at 2:30 Eastern Time is for YouTube exclusive members only of the Cap Nation family membership. So make sure you guys tune in at 2:30 Eastern Time. YouTube is, I'm going to give this disclaimer again. YouTube is bad about sending out notifications for the members only live shows. So what do? If you're all here, I promise you, probably all of you except Fast Freddy have a smartphone. So go take out your smartphone and set your alarm clocks for 2:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 in the morning Pacific Time. If you don't have a smartphone, go back to that analog clock you got, the one that still plays the radio stations, and set that, all right? So to beep, 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 make sure it goes off. And then when you go look for the live show, it's not going to pop up in your feed because members only is beta and it doesn't show up everywhere. You need to go to our YouTube channel, click on videos, or go to my Twitter at CapNationKyle, or go to the company's Twitter at CappersDirectLV, or go to our YouTube community page. And you'll see the links. North Ender, if you want to know about the promo, YouTube doesn't allow us to really discuss it. So I'm removing the comment. You're not in trouble or anything like that. I'm not mad or anything like that. Just because we're not allowed to really talk about that stuff. That's why I talk about it kind of like indirectly. But if you want to know about it, just go to our website, cappersdirect.com. It's on the very front page of it. All right? You cannot miss it. If you go to our, the front page of our website, it's right here. All right? It's right there. You can't miss it. It tells you everything you need to know about it. Everything you need to know, brother. Anthony, what's going on, sir? Glad to have you back. All right, so Michigan State riding the suck bus all year long. Tom Izzo, another coaching coach. Unfortunately, he's just not getting any help from or love from the players. Jared Nichols, you won big yesterday. Very nice, fantastic. Love it. Indiana, 12-9 on the year. The Hoosiers, Archie Miller and the Hoosiers, guys, 7-7 in Big Ten Conference play. They are coming off a win over Minnesota, beating them by 10. Before that, they lost to Ohio State. They've got wins over Iowa, Northwestern, losses to Fighting Illini, Rutgers, Purdue, Wisconsin beat them, Northwestern's beat them. Hell, Florida State and Texas beat them. They've had some big losses this year, some very big losses. And the one thing about Indiana, and we've talked about this, is there win one or win a couple, then lose one. You know, it just seems to happen. So do they get a big win against Michigan State? Are they able to cover the spread? You know, here you are in this game. Thought I had the lines up, but apparently I don't. So let me pop those back up. You know, you've got Michigan State coming in, catching 6.5 on the road, in minus $1.15. Indiana laying $1.14 is minus 6. So, you know, you can either take 6 or take the 6.5 for Michigan State. And then you've got the total set over to under 135. When you compare the teams side by side, first of all, you know, Michigan State's offense is very lackluster. You know, if you take just their conference play numbers only, it is a straight dumpster fire. 44% shooting from the field, 30.9% shooting from three-point range, 43% conversion of their two-point plays. They can knock down a free throw at 71.7%. If you take a look at Indiana, with adjusted efficiency, strength of schedule, and all of that, you know, their offense as a whole, all season long, is a top 40 offense. We have them ranked 100, or have them ranked 38th in Division One. Conference play, they're 5th. They're hitting 50% from the field, 36% from three-point range, 48% of all their two-point plays. They struggle from the charity stripe at a clip of 67%. Two-foul participation won't be a factor here. Indiana's in at 12%. Michigan State, 12% as well. You know, they're going to rely on the three-pointers for 27% and 29%, Indiana to Michigan State. Both of these teams are going to be knocking down threes at a rate of, you know, 1 out of every 3, with the exception of Michigan State. That's a little less than that on average, unless they have a great game. You know, luckily for them, Indiana is not very good at defending a three ball. They're giving up three-ball success at the rate of 36.4% to opposing teams. Michigan State's defense, I will tell you, they can't defend the three. I think Michigan State's defense is better than what they are on paper. Are they great? No. Do they get blown out here? I don't think they get blown out. They just lost by 10 to Purdue. Iowa blew them out, you know, which was a team that Indiana was able to beat by 2 points in a very close game. You know, they definitely struggle away. You know, they've got a big road win against Duke early in the season. They beat Nebraska on the road. Michigan State has not had a road win since January 2nd. Do they get an upset and do they get a road win today? I don't want to say they get an upset, but I think they play better than, you know, and I could be completely wrong, and maybe I'm giving the Spartans way too much credit here. You know, I think they keep it within the number. Ashley Walter, thank you for jumping on and joining, actually upgrading to the Cap Nation family side. You, ma'am, will have access to all the exclusive content and members-only live shows. As far as this one goes, I'm not betting it. I'm giving that full disclaimer. I am not betting this one. But I'm going to lean on Michigan State. I just can't. I can't put my money on it. I think Michigan State plus 6.5 will cover. I think they shock people. I think their defense steps up on the road to play Archie Miller and the Hoosiers there in Indiana. You know, Indiana is no lock at home. They lost to Illinois at home in overtime. They lost to Rutgers by 4 at home. Playing at the Assembly Hall isn't normally a huge advantage. I think it's 3.5, okay? Jung, the monthly pass does not include the Max Fight Pick. Max Fight Pick is always separate. You know, they lost to Purdue at home, 81-69. They lost to Northwestern at home. They've shown throughout the season they can lose at home. Nathan says throw it on the board. I probably should, but I'm too scared of them to trust Michigan State here. But I do lean towards them. I might put a little $300 sprinkle on them just for fun. You know, they're a plus 220 on the money line. Do I think they went outright? No. I think they'll be live enough. 6.5. I think in a teaser opportunity, this one might be even better. Probably be a lot better in a teaser opportunity. But then again, they may come in and just get blown. Their season's done. They may just get blown out. All right, their season is done. They may just get blown out. Give me 1 second, folks. One quick second, folks. And again, as far as guaranteed Saturday goes, you have until 8 p.m. Eastern time to get on board that. You got a lot of time. A lot of time. Alrighty. As far as the total goes, I'm completely off on the total, not touching it with a 10-foot pole. Thank you, Shane. Shane says, well, Kyle, it's so crazy and great to see this show and you grow in the business. You really are the best and give us all so much advice and info. So many new members joining. So great. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Brian says it feels like a movement. We definitely growing. We actually have, believe it or not, there's actually shockingly, there's actually a lot more YouTube exclusive members than we normally get on the live show, our regular live shows. And it's neat to see people start joining the YouTube exclusive side as well. For what we do and what we're going to be doing, it's pretty damn cheap. It's fun too. It's fun too. And again, as Brian says, if you haven't done so, please do hit that big thumbs up button. We definitely appreciate it when you do. Rodney, thanks for jumping on board. FC's UFC Max Fight Pick. Nick, Jackie, thanks for jumping on board. Guaranteed Saturday as well. And UFC is going to be hot tonight with FC yet again. Yet again. Absolutely love what he put out. All right, so. Oops, I don't know what I did there. Oh, Jared, of course we will, man. Of course we will. I don't even know how many we have right now, 112. We will. Greg Ingle, what's going on, brother? All right, so we talked a little bit about Kansas and a future opportunity. So let's break down their game a little later today. We're going to bounce farther ahead. And we're going to take a look at that Kansas game. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Remember, folks, always bet within your means. All right? Always make sure you're betting within your means. Guaranteed plays, premium plays, free plays, whatever the case may be, always make sure you guys are betting within your means. We're going to take a look at that Texas Tech and Kansas game. That is a 2 p.m. Eastern time game. This will be on ESPN. Yeah, Brian, I think Michigan State would be a good teaser opportunity. I think they keep it within the 6.5, though. I really do. I really do. And who knows, maybe they shock everybody for an upset. It wouldn't surprise me the way Indiana's lost at home this year. Indiana has had some shocking losses at home. All right, so that Kansas game and Texas Tech breakdown coming up next. Kansas coming in as a 1-point favorite at home, laying $1.15 or minus 120 on the money line. If you're taking Kansas, I would take them on the money line at minus 120 rather than lay 1 full point at minus $1.15. I'd lay 5 cents more and have to win by 1. Total on this one, over and under 133.5 points. When you take a look at the Red Raiders, guys, Texas Tech 14-6. First of all, if you're on Texas Tech, post it up in the comment section. If you're on Kansas, post it up in the comment section. Maybe you're taking the over, maybe you're taking the under. Would love to see your guys' opinion on the Texas Tech and Kansas game at 2 p.m. Eastern time. A little Big 12 conference play game going on down there in Lawrence, Kansas. Brian, I love it. I love it. Taking a look at Texas Tech, guys, like I said, 14-6, 6-5 in conference play. You know, they've lost to some quality teams. Kansas already beat them once this year. Kansas beat them on the road in Lubbock, Texas, 58-57 in a super low-scoring game. But that was a Kansas that we saw in the beginning of the season, all right? That was a Kansas that we saw in the beginning of the season. Texas Tech has losses to Houston, Oklahoma State, Baylor, West Virginia twice, all right? Quality losses on Texas Tech's stat sheet. They've got wins. They're coming off a loss, first of all. They played on February 9th. They're coming off a 82-71 loss to West Virginia. Before that, they beat Kansas State by 11. They beat Oklahoma by 5. They beat LSU by 5. And then before that was a little 2-game skid. All right, how they play on the road, believe it or not, they've only lost one road game. They've only lost one road game, and that was against West Virginia. And that was a very close 1-point loss. Now, they beat Kansas State on the road. They beat LSU on the road. They beat Texas on the road, which was a big win. They beat Iowa State on the road. They beat Oklahoma on the road in a very close 2-point game as well. Now, how are they going to fare against Kansas today? Kansas 16-7. As of late, they've been pouring it on. 4 straight wins, as we talked about. I'm not going to talk too much about their record and what they've been doing because I just went over that when we were talking about a future opportunity for Kansas. The Jayhawks, guys, 4 straight, like I said. They've won 5 straight home games, beating Oklahoma, beating TCU, beating Kansas State, Oklahoma State, and Iowa State. They've been absolutely rolling as of late. You know, you take a look at, let's take a look at conference play only numbers. Let's take a look at Texas Tech on offense, 48.7% from the field. Kansas is hitting 50.6%. Texas Tech, offensive rebounds at a rate of 30.5% of all the rebounds, offensive rebounds. Kansas slightly above that, almost a percent more at 31.3%. Texas Tech knocking down 33.6% of all their 3-point attempts. Kansas right there, 33.7%. The difference there is going to be the defense and the lack of 3-point defense for Texas Tech, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Texas Tech knocks down 47.8% conversion of all their 2-point plays. Kansas better than that at 50.5%. Kansas's defense, number 1 in the conference at defending the 2-point play. We'll go over all of the defenses stats here in just a minute. Texas Tech hitting 76.5% from the charity stripe. 73.8% conversion from the charity stripe as well. Give me 1 second, folks. Give me 1 quick second. All right. back to Kansas and back to the breakdown of Texas Tech. You look at the 2-foul participation, both will be in it. 37% for Kansas, 34% for Texas Tech. No advantage one way or another, other than towards the first half over. You should see more points, but the first meeting between the two, that was definitely not the case. When you look at the defenses, Kansas has the number 2 defense in the Big 12 Conference. They're holding teams to 46.8% shooting overall, 34% from three-point range. Number 1 in their conference at holding teams to 44.4% conversion of all their two-point plays. Texas Tech's liability is on defense, where they give up 41.3% conversion from three-point range. Quality at holding teams to 46% shooting from two-point range, but for the most part, Texas Tech's liabilities from out deep. You know, Kansas relies on, a three-pointer for 31% of their total points. They're going to have plenty of opportunities in this game to knock down threes against Texas Tech. If they're cold, it's a whole nother story. They're going to have a height advantage, over 1.5 inch height advantage on average per player coming out of Kansas. Sorry, Nathan Carter. I know you're a huge Texan, and I know you ride and die with all your Texas teams, and you always tell me to stop going against your Texas teams. I think this one's going to be a close one. But I think when it's all said and done, and when Kansas grinds it out, the way Kansas has been playing at home at Allen Fieldhouse, Kansas is the winner. Kansas on the money line. I know it's $1.20, not much juice to it. Matt, this is definitely a big statement win. This is definitely a big statement win for Kansas. That it will be. That it will be. They've already beat them they've already beat them once on the road, and I'm expecting him to do it again. Now, as far as what they do, as far as scoring goes, and by the way, we're putting some of this up on the board just so you guys know. All right, just so you guys know, some of this is going up on the board very shortly. Vike, if you have the combo package, first of all, if you guys have the combo package, and I know 99% of you are using your cell phone to access our website, turn your phone sideways. If you don't turn your phone sideways when you're using it, or your mobile device sideways, you will not see the menu box pop up. Turn your phone sideways. Scroll down until you see your username on our website. Click the small box that has 4 windows in it. It's either, depending on your mobile device, it's either right next to your username or right below your username. It's just a little tiny box with 4 windows in it. Click that box, then scroll down. You'll see all your packages. Now, what's going up on the board, you ask? What's going up on the board? Jong-Oh, follow the instructions that I just said to Vike. Turn your phone sideways, scroll down, click the small box. It's got 4 windows in it. All right, so what's going on the board that you ask? Now, I do like the first half over, but I'm steering clear of that. Where I think the play is, and I think it's going to be a better game than a lot of people think, and I think it's not going to be as close as a lot of people think. Oh, I screwed that one up. Put that one right up on the board for you guys. And look at that barbershop pole spinning. Look at that right there. Look at that money pole. Look at that money pole. Polls make people money. Polls make people money. All right, some people like to dance on them and make money. The others will be making money with us. Nathan Carter says anyone with Kansas on your ticket will just be donating money. Nathan, feel free just to save your money, brother. Send it to me. All right, send it to me. We'll go out back. I'll kick you in the nutsack and I'll hand you half back as a courtesy, okay? Okay, brother? Coriel, yes, Guaranteed Saturday was posted this morning at like 8:40 Eastern Time. Yes, Matt, I would. I don't care if Texas Tech would have rolled all over West Virginia. That has no bearing on the matchup today. What Texas Tech did against West Virginia in their first meeting or their second meeting, or how they beat Kansas State, how they beat Oklahoma, how they beat LSU, has no bearing on how Texas Tech matches up against Kansas. Nathan, I wasn't going to say it. I was going to wait to rub it in tomorrow. You may win one against me by fading me every now and then, but it usually doesn't work. Maybe it happens today, but it usually doesn't pan out too well. J-Ro from, thank you for jumping on board Guaranteed Saturday as well. Thank you for jumping on board Guaranteed Saturday as well. Fading me usually doesn't work out too well in the long run. Maybe you get one up on me today. Sawyer, for what package? I'm not aware of any, but I'm sure I could probably work something out for you depending on the package. So again, free play, Kansas money line, minus $1.20. One second, folks. Let's see here. All right, so we're going to do another game. We're going to try and do a couple more for you guys. We're going to try and do a couple more for you guys. Michael, Nathan's a good guy. Nathan's a good guy. He's just very opinionated. He's also a good customer of mine as well. Mike says, I think Nathan gets one today, but wouldn't bet him over you long term. Well, we'll see. We'll see. And again, remember, for everybody, Jungle, you found it? Good. Remember, I don't think we'll see Kansas future opportunity better than plus 5,000 after they beat Texas Tech today. Okay? I think they'll be up there in the 33,000 range, 2,500 range after they get a big win today. We're in all. Can't fight my fellow shipmate. I like Nathan. Nathan's a good customer of mine. Nathan is a good customer of mine. Long-term customer. And as you guys can see, we're both very strongly opinionated. You got to remember, he's a Texan. He is a Texan. Wait a second, Sam, I think you're onto something. Sam. Didn't Nathan say Kansas City in the Super Bowl? I think you're onto something there, Sam. I think he told me that Anybody betting on Tom Brady was just donating their money. I could be mistaken. Thomas, yes, we just put Kansas money line minus $1.20 up there. Yeah, Brent, I just seen that update. They've been playing suspect as of late. Give me 1 second, folks. I'm going to be breaking down another game. Nathan says, if a person is from Texas, in Texas, loves Texas. 100%. It's ride or die Texas for a Texan. That's a fact. That is a fact. Alrighty, so remember, members only live show at 2:30 Eastern time. Remember that one. All right? If you're not a YouTube exclusive member, make sure you click that join button. Christopher says line change from Kansas to minus 130. Of course, we're betting it. The Cap Nation is betting it. We will move lines, and we'll continuously move them. And I haven't even bet it yet, but I will be. And when I bet it, we'll probably move it even higher. Christopher, you got it for 120 before the change. Very nice. Very nice. I would not be surprised to see this one much higher. Danny Boy, we don't have PayPal on the website. Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, JCB. If you want to use Cash App or Venmo, you need to email the company, cd@cappersdirect.com, and they will send you the Cash App or Venmo information. Alrighty, so it's time for more breakdowns, folks. It's time for more breakdowns. We're going to take a look at another fairly early one for you guys. We're going to take a look at that Kentucky and Tennessee game. K-Diggs, good morning. AEW fan, thank you. Appreciate that. It's almost time to shave it off. I grow it in the wintertime to keep my face warm. And when I go fishing in the winter, it keeps my face very, 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 very warm. Let me tell you. But it's getting hot out in the desert. It's supposed to reach 80 degrees on Tuesday. I know you guys in Texas are freezing your nutsacks off. But feel free to come out to the desert. It's almost time to go wake surfing. I got a nice dry suit to keep my ass dry and warm. And soon, this is going to have to come off because it's going to be just too flippin' hot out to have it. And everybody, for my Northern California people, I will be in Northern California after March Madness. The second week of April, headed up to Clear Lake to do some fishing. Fish a tournament up in Clear Lake. Up there in Lake County or Mendocino County, depending on which side of the lake you're on. I know there's a couple of you in that neck of the woods. Nathan says, I'm thinking about shaving once it gets warm. Man, I got it once it gets warm. It's too flippin' hot out. Thomas says, don't let me down with the breakdown. Thomas, I can't promise you anything here, all right? But we're going to break it down and we'll just see. All right? And we'll just see. All righty. So, popping up the odds for this one. Good old Kentucky, game 619, and Tennessee 620. Kentucky coming in on the road. Plus 7.5. Minus 7.5 for Tennessee. Real champ, I did not go over the Pacific game. Kentucky a plus 270 dog, minus 325 for Tennessee. Over and under set at 137. Kentucky a 4-point underdog in the first half. Tennessee laying 4 in the first half. Over and under set at 64. CJ, welcome to the Cap Nation side. Just letting you know the live show today is for the $14.99 member. We're glad to have you. You'll have access to exclusive content like members only live shows, which will be, I don't know when the next Cap Nation member live show will be, probably either tomorrow or Monday, but you'll have access to members only content. But the upgraded one, the $14.99, gives you access to all our exclusive content. I bet with am I putting 3K on Kansas? I haven't decided. It's not a premium player, not a personal play. Didn't make the card. I might put $1,000 or $2,000 on it. As of right now, I'm leaning towards $1,200 to win $1,000. I haven't bet it yet. Actually, I guess it would be $1,300 to win $1,000 since that line's moved. I'm letting you guys all get your wagers in before I smack the snot out of it at BetOnline. I'm just waiting. So Kentucky, here they are, 7.5-point underdog. It's safe to say I like Kansas today. It's safe to say. I guess I got to pop up the information for Kentucky and Tennessee. This will be a 1 p.m. Eastern Time game on CBS Network. Kentucky, 7-13 on the year. Winners of 2 straight, beating Auburn and Vandy. Holy hell. Watch out, folks. Watch out. The Wildcats have won 2 straight. 6-7 in conference play, 1 game under 500. And then you've got Tennessee. The Volunteers guys, 15-5 on the year, 8-5 in conference play, coming off a 20-point blowout over South Carolina. Here they are at home, laying 7.5. You know, they've got the number 3 defense in the entire country based on adjusted efficiencies, strength of schedule, opponent strength of schedule. They have the number 2 defense in conference play there in the SEC as well. Now, taking a look at Tennessee on offense. Quality, but not great. Tennessee struggles to actually put points on the board, it seems, quite often than not. All right? Tennessee, 49% shooting from the field, 32.9% conversion of all their 3-point attempts, 49% of all their 2-point plays, and then they're a 70% free throw shooting team. Kentucky hits 47% overall, 36% from out deep. They love that 3 ball, and they hit it fairly well. They struggle down low. They struggle with all their 2-point plays, 44% conversion. But then they're a 76% free throw shooting team. How you can be a sub 50% team knocking down a 2, but yet you're a 76% free throw shooting team is always beyond me. Now, when you take a look at the defenses, Tennessee's defense is no joke. They're limiting teams to 47.7% shooting overall. They're holding teams to under 33% at 32.5% shooting from 3-point range. 47% is what they hold teams to from 2-point range. You know, their numbers are quality at defending the shots, creating turnovers. Kentucky's defense is not that bad. They're holding teams to 46.5% shooting overall. That's better than Tennessee on defense. They're holding teams to the exact same number as Tennessee, shooting the 3 at 32.5%. They're holding teams to a lower number than Tennessee for all the 2-point plays at 45.3%. But where they struggle, Kentucky that is creating turnovers on defense. They're a low 16.7%. 2 foul participation, null and void. Tennessee's in at 4%. Kentucky's in at 15%. Height advantage, nearly a full inch and a half height advantage for Kentucky. They're definitely the bigger team. Shane's going to be biased and be on Tennessee because he's from Tennessee, just like Nathan's going to be on Texas Tech because he's from Kentucky, because he's from Texas, all right? As far as this one goes, Tennessee should dominate this game. They absolutely should dominate this game. Every direction of this game, they should dominate. Kentucky squeaked by Auburn by 2. They squeaked by Vandy by 4. Keep in mind, they've already played. They played back on February 6th, and Tennessee beat them 82-71 on the road. And Tennessee beat Vandy earlier in the season, middle of January, by 20. As far as this one goes, I want to say the dog here. Did I say Shane? Sorry, Thomas. Thomas is going to bet Tennessee. Yeah, Brian, Bitcoin was flying high this morning. It was higher this morning. It was at 57.5 this morning. It took a little nosedive right now. Took a little nosedive. Prime time, I don't have anything on North Dakota. I didn't like what I saw yesterday. As far as this one, I want to say Kentucky plus the points is the play. But how in the world do you trust Kentucky? You absolutely can't. Teams they barely squeak by, Tennessee dominates. Tennessee's coming off a great game, smashing South Carolina, putting 93 points up on the board. But again, can't touch Kentucky today. My honest opinion, as much as my heart wants to say Kentucky, because I like when the Dukes, the Kentuckys, the Kansas, the Virginias are rolling. I like that. I think it's good for the sport. It's good for the fan base. But if I'm going to be betting this one, and again, I'm just leaning towards it. I'm not betting it. But if I was betting it, I'm going to say Tennessee laying the 7.5 is the play to make. All right, is the play to make. Now, they may be the smaller team. Maybe Kentucky weighs on them. Nathan says, Kyle, your bankroll will take a little nosedive after Kansas loses today. One thing I promise you, the money that I put on Kansas won't even register as a dip in my bankroll. But what I think Tennessee first half is probably the play. Maybe Kentucky battles it out late in the game, or maybe they just get blown out. But Tennessee laying 4 in the first half, I actually really like. I'm going to bet that one small. I'm not putting it up as a free play. That's like a $300 bet for me. But I like Tennessee in the first half. I'm going to lay off the full game, but I do like Tennessee in the first half. Shane, you're lost, right? Thomas, I know. As far as the total goes, it probably goes over. The total probably goes over 137, but again, I'm going to stay off of that one. I think the home favorite gets the job done today, as much as I don't want to admit it. As much as I don't want to admit it. Give me 1 second, folks. 56,575. Yeah, Bitcoin was 1,000 higher. When before I left the house this morning, Bitcoin was like 57.5. I was rolling. Debating selling a little. But I got a feeling they're going to try and push it to 60 this weekend. One second, folks. Scott, welcome back on board. I see you just jumped on board the combo package. I'm sending you my personal plays for today. Glad to have you back on board, brother. Glad to have you back on board. All right, so the next one that we're going to take a look at. Yeah, Thomas, unless your defense shuts down, which I don't think it will, I think it'll be a lot of points scored. I do. Next one we're going to take a look at, we are going to take a look at that little later game that a lot of you guys were talking about between old Virginia and old Duke. See what we get out of this one. I think this is going to be a good game for somebody, and I think it's going to be a good game for us. Now, this is a little bit later, 8 p.m. on the East Coast. No, that this game is not guaranteed Saturday. I will tell you that. I'm not telling you if guaranteed Saturday is college or pro. Duke is riding, oh my Lord, a 2-game win streak. They've done that 2 other times this year, with a 3-game win streak being the best that they've had this season. Coach K, that pansy, should pack it in and retire after his dumbass comments earlier in the season. They're riding a 2-game win streak over NC State, 69-53, and a 24-point beatdown over Wake Forest. The scary part is Duke is rolling the last 2 games. They are at home. Duke is at home. Virginia, on the other hand, coming off their demoralizing 21-point beatdown over Florida State. Before that, they beat NC State, they beat Pitt, they beat Georgia Tech, beat North Carolina. Yeah, Vince Young put our boys to sleep. Brother, you got to stop living in the past. Living in the past is not going to make you any money. Not going to make you any money. That's for sure. That is for sure. And we all know what Vince Young didn't do in the NFL. That's for sure. That was a great game, though. It was a great game. But, brother, you got to stop living in the past. You got to start living in the future. Shane says he's got Virginia. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. I think it's going to be a hell of a game. And I think it may be a tough battle for both teams. I have a very strong opinion on this game, and we're going to go over that. Some of you may agree with me. Some of you won't. Fade me. Let me know how it works out for you in the long run. And we'll roll with that. Hey, Nathan, didn't you say... Nathan Carter, didn't you say Kansas City was going to win the Super Bowl, and anybody betting Tom Brady was just donating their money? Or am I mistaken? Am I mistaken that for somebody else? Don't think that I am. I think Sam, good old Sammy boy, had a good point earlier. Right, Chris B? Right? I thought I handled old Miguel perfectly and his derogatory comments. All right. Virginia, Duke. Virginia coming in. Laying 2 as of right now, minus $1.15. Virginia laying 2, minus 140 on the money line. Duke plus 2 at minus 105, which means you can get them at plus 2.5, minus $1.15. And North Ender, that's just a little hype thing, hoping that he gets a fight. Duke plus 120 on the money line. I'd rather have the plus 2.5 if I was riding with Duke. Total on this one, 130 points even. Steven. Virginia first half number laying 1. Duke plus 1 over and under 61 in the first half. Duke needs this game. Virginia definitely needs a big win as well. ACC matchup. This one I look forward to each and every single year. Every time they play, I look forward to this matchup. Absolutely love this matchup. Mike said, I think a lot of people like Kansas City. Glad I bought the play. Tampa Bay, baby. Boy, was that a nice win. Nice, easy win that is. Nathan, I could just go back to the Super Bowl Sunday show and get it. But that would take time. That would take time of which I don't have. Extra time I don't have. Michael says Duke money line. But yeah, Nathan, maybe I will find it for you. I did just pop up the video. I did, sir. All right, let me mute that ad. Let's get this replay rolling. While we break down the Duke game, let's see if we can find it. I wonder how easy it'll be, Nathan. A lot of comments on that show that day. I don't know if I could find them. But anyways, jumping into this one today, I think we've got a game on our hands. You've got Virginia 15-4, like I said. They're coming off that demoralizing loss to Florida State. And we were on Virginia. We were. We rode that one to the sails didn't sail no more, and we got our asses kicked. Duke, on the other hand, riding a 2-game beatdown streak over NC State and Wake Forest. Take a look at the numbers. We're going to take a look at conference play only numbers between these two teams. I don't remember where you said it, Nathan. I'm at the point where you just said, turn off Fox News. That's the worst station ever. I don't know what we were talking about, that you were talking about Fox News. But it's okay. I will find it, Nathan. We will have the proof. Thank you, Shane. I appreciate that. Appreciate the kind words. All right, so I ain't worried about finding the comment. I'll find it later, Nathan. You're going to eat your words, shipmate. All right, Virginia. What do you say about Virginia's offense and their defense? You know, Virginia's offense is rated 3rd in their conference. Duke's 2nd. Renault, I'm glad you like it. Nathan, don't waste your time. I just want the screenshot, kind of like the soccer screenshot. I could do a collection of Nathan's comments. I could do a little collection of Nathan's comments. Matter of fact, let me screenshot these ones today. Yeah, you heard it. You heard it, brother. It's getting good. Hold on, I got one more screenshot to go, folks, and then back to Duke and Virginia. There we go. All right, ready to rock and roll. I will load them up onto the Nathan Carter wall of, we call it the wall of shame or the wall of fame. Wall of fame. All right, Virginia. They hit 57.6% from the field. One of the best shooting teams. Matter of fact, the 6th best shooting team in all of the country. They hit 41% from three-point range in conference play. The other day against Florida State, they couldn't make a three if they were shooting into a flipping cow spa hot tub from half the distance. They hit 54.5% from two-point range. They're a 77% free throw shooting team. Then you've got Duke on the other hand in conference play. They're hitting 54.3% from the field. 36.7% from three-point range. They're a 54% conversion rate from two-point range of a jump shot, layup, and dunk, and they're a 72% free throw shooting team. Duke's liability in the first half has been the two-foul participation, 27%, 6.5% for Virginia, which is a lot for a Virginia team. Height advantage, there will be almost a 3/4 inch height advantage for the kids coming out of Virginia. Probably the first time Duke doesn't have the height advantage against Virginia. Virginia relies on that three ball for 41% of their total points. 41.6. Don't want to shortchange them there. They're going to live and die by it. Shane says, I believe Virginia wins, but Duke needs this game so much more. I agree. They both need it. Virginia definitely needs a big bounce back. You know how demoralizing that'll be to lose to Florida State by 21 and then you lost to Duke? You know what I mean? Duke's defense, on the other hand, they're holding teams to 47.7%, or excuse me, Virginia's defense, holding teams to 47.7% shooting. That wasn't the case against Florida State. Florida State put the smackdown on them. As far as this one goes, we see this every year. And it's kind of like the Utah Jazz thing. You ride it until the wheels fall off, then you get right back on it, and you see if it does it again. All right? Virginia and Duke, as far as the side of the game goes, I'm going to lean towards Duke, plus the 2.5 points. However, I'm not betting it. Okay? I think there's a better bet on this game. I think there is an extremely much better bet than this game. I think, in my opinion, the value on this game, Nathan says, I think it's a close game and Duke pulls it. I think Duke wins. I really do. I side with Nathan here. I think Duke wins. But plus 2.5 at minus $1.15 or plus 120 on the money line, I think it's going to be a close game. I will take the 2.5 points every single day over plus 120. Now, if it was plus 140 or plus 160, and my opinion was that strong, and I thought Duke was just going to dominate and win by 10, then I would probably take the money line. But I think it's going to be a close game. I would take plus 2.5. But that's not what I'm doing here. I will not have $1 on the side of this game. But where I will have a lot of dollars is on the over. Anthony knows what I'm talking about. Anthony has been with me a very long time. I have preached this for so many years. Virginia and Duke. It didn't matter when Zion Williamsons were there, when the brothers were there. when Duke actually had a lockdown defense. And they were shutting other teams down. When Virginia and Duke play, it is an up and down, 3-point game and a shit ton of scoring. Now, maybe that doesn't happen this year. But it's kind of like that Utah Jazz trend where they just kept covering the spread. You ride it until the wheels fall off and then you try it one more time. So what does that mean? I'm probably going to be betting the Jazz the very next game that they play. So as far as this one goes, the total is set at 130. We would always see 125s, 129s, 132s. This is a typical Virginia and Duke total. 100%. This is a Virginia and Duke total. Nothing's changed. And I don't expect what we think is going to happen or what I think is going to happen on the scoreboard to change either. Marlo says Virginia shouldn't be ranked. I disagree with that comment. Virginia is a quality team. But Virginia and Duke, you hear that noise, right? That's that pull that makes us money. Shipmate, Nathan Carter, are you paying attention? Because I know you're going against me on Kansas, and you're solely going to be sorry on that one. Going up on the board. Ooh. I think it's minus $1.12 to take him at 130. There we go. See that? You hear that? You hear that noise? That's the print machine going off. It's a print machine. Ross Pitts, I agree. I agree. You hear that? Hear that noise? Right there, baby. That pole. Poles make people money. All right? Polls just flat out make people money. All right? That's 100% fact. You're either dancing on it to make a living, or we're spinning it to make a living. Get a money counter. I do. I have a money counter. It'll strap it in 10s for me, or 5s. Virginia Duke over 130. Remember, if you're wanting to get on Guaranteed Saturday, it's late today, folks. Premium plays, my personal plays. Shane, I'm a believer in Virginia. Remember, I got $2,000 on a future bet on them. Seth, polls make people money, right? I need a t-shirt with barbershop poll. That's funny. Yeah, people have been fading Duke, and it's a very, very, very valid reason. I think Duke pulls it out, my personal opinion. But again, my opinion is not even strong enough for me to put money on Duke. Just remember that one. More of just a small lane. I think that game's going to be close. I think it could be decided by a point in either direction. I think it could be decided by either direction. If I was going to play Virginia, it would be on the money line, 100%. It would be the only way I would play Virginia. So, folks, remember, members only live show, 2:30 Eastern time. We went over these instructions earlier. If you are not a YouTube exclusive member for the Cap Nation family, you will not have access to today's live show. Matt says, I'm a Duke fan. I hate when you rip my boy, Coach K. I had all the respect in the world for Coach K. He was one of my favorite coaches in college basketball until his little pansy-ass comments. His team's losing. He's a sore fucking loser. He's a sore loser. I don't know why we're playing in a pandemic. I think we have more concerns in the world. You're only saying that because you got your ass kicked at home by some subpar, shitty-ass teams. When he acted like a pansy, I lost all my respect for him. 100% of the respect went right out the window. Yes, Stacy, Jalen Johnson did opt out, but that didn't affect him in their last game at all. And I mean, he's been hurt with a foot injury off and on for his entire time at Duke. Marvin, welcome to the family side. Thank you for upgrading to the family side. Glad to have you on the top side. You will have access to all our exclusive content, including today's members-only live show. Real Champs is definitely a sore loser. Said same thing. I did. I lost all my respect for him. You look at the coaches from Kentucky, Kansas, North Carolina. Teams, those 4 teams were always in the top 5. Top 6, top 7. All the time. Yeah, shut it down, shut the season down. Screw him. And they're not having a good season. Kansas is turning it around, and I think they turned it around today. Sorry, Nathan Carter. But you don't see their coaches doing that. Their coaches are dedicated to teaching their kids, enhancing their knowledge of the game and how to play and how to be successful young men on and off the court. What did Coach K teach them? To be quitters, to be pansies. That when shit's not going your way, you pack it in and you quit. And how to give up on people. In my eyes, that is all. I coached junior level ice hockey when I was younger. That's all he did. Anthony says he knew he did. He did not have a good team. 100%. Now, next year's Duke, watch the flipping out. Next year's Duke will be a whole different team. That's a fact. But again, if you want to join us for the members-only live show at 2:30 Eastern Time, you need to be a Cap Nation family member. All right? If you're not a Cap Nation family member, if you have the lower level membership, just upgrade right here on YouTube. Remember, if you have an iPhone, you can't do it on your iPhone. You have to do it on a computer if you have an iPhone. Now, if you want to join us, I just posted the link in the comment section. There's a link in the description. It says join here. You can click the dollar symbol in the chat box down below. You can also click the join button on our YouTube channel right next to the subscribe button as well. Come join the YouTube exclusive side. We're going to have a lot of fun in the members only live show at 2:30 Eastern Time. Remember, YouTube is very bad about sending out notifications on notifications to let you know that we're live for a members only live show. So how do you find us? First of all, set your alarm clock, 2:30 Eastern Time, 11:30 Pacific, 1:30 Central Time, 12:30 Mountain Standard Time. And then go to our YouTube channel. Click on videos and you'll see it. Click on our YouTube community page. You'll see a link for it. Go to my Twitter at CapNationKyle and I'll have a link for it on my Twitter. Go to the company's Twitter at CappersDirectLV. There'll be a link to the live show there. If you don't know where to follow me on Twitter, here's a link to my Twitter. Seth, we have a Twitch as well. And we were multi-streaming to Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, and here in live stream. But it was just pulling some of the bandwidth from this show to send it to Twitch. We don't get many followers on Twitch. We don't do much on Twitch, so it wasn't even worth sending the bandwidth from that it takes to run the live show with the software and use it on Twitch. Rich says that's 5 beaver tails past the moose knuckle Canadian time. 100%, baby. Thomas, anyone watching the outdoor hockey game? The outdoor games are going to be awesome up there in Lake Tahoe. And I went to the game they had at Dodger Stadium years ago. It was absolutely amazing. It was absolutely amazing. I could only imagine Lake Tahoe. Me and my wife were just there a couple months ago on vacation, and it was funny. I was gonna talk to her about going back, but we got a lot of travel plans and a lot of things in the works, and so much going on. There's definitely just no time to. But I was gonna try and get up there. Definitely gonna be a lot of fun up there. Pretty damn cool too. Well, we definitely wouldn't have members only content on Twitch, that's for sure. But no, we'll never switch. And remember, YouTube is tricky. One day they say we're operating within their guidelines, the next day they say we're not, and we don't ever change. We always do what we do and we never change. But if for some reason you don't see us on the live shows or you don't see my videos, maybe we got our hands smacked by YouTube and we're on a timeout. It happens. It happens all the time. If that's ever the case, you just go to our website, cappersdirect.com. I will always have a video and a live show up on our website, no matter what's going on here on YouTube. All right? So always remember that. So, folks, that is what I have for you guys for today. The 2 free plays that are up on the board. The breakdowns. We're going to have more during the members-only live show in just a couple of hours. Guys, we'll be live again in less than 3 hours. Literally 3 hours, we'll be going live again. So please come join us. Set your alarm clocks for the members-only live show. It's going to be well worth it joining us for this one. All right? All right, folks. Enjoy your day. Please, always, always, always wager responsibly and don't do anything stupid.
This is not intended for one hater, but all.
Mr. Ray, here you go, brother. Teleco Madrid just had a goal taken away from them. Boo. Absolutely, Joe. We're going to grow our bankroll as a whole. Good luck to everybody, please. I don't care if you guys fade me or you're not. I wish everybody the best of luck, regardless if you're on our side, the other side. No matter what you do, I wish everybody the best of luck. And please wager responsibly, okay? Please wager responsibly. And don't do anything stupid.